What's going on, guys? ChaseWins.com coming to you for Tuesday. And it is the 13th of July, and it is the All-Star game. Still doing the All-Star event, but tonight is the night of the big dance of the All-Star game, where the best players in the world get all on one stage and entertain all of us. Now, say that with a little bit of an asterisk, because all of the best players in the world are not there. Some of them due to injury, some of them due to personal choice. And there's even a couple that should be there that are in the pitching world that pitched on Sunday. So while they're there at the event, partaking in the fun of it, they're not actually participating in any way. Real quick, guys, if you're not subscribed, make sure you do so. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss out whenever we post a video and a free play. And if you like what we do every day, giving you free information, giving you the reasons why we're actually taking it, a full in-depth breakdown and analysis of every pick that we give you, to show you that we're not just giving you a game just for the sheer hell of doing it. We've done our homework, we've done our research, and there's a reason that we're in this business. Smash that like button, that's all we ask. If you want to take part in tonight's All-Star game, I've probably got the biggest card you'll find anywhere. There's over 10 separate wagers for tonight's All-Star game, from individual player props, game props. There's a pick on the game itself on the side, as well as the total. I've got everything. It's $25. ChaseWins.com, you go to the site, go to the purchase tab. It'll be the first thing you should see. If not, it'll be one of the first couple. It'll say 2021 MLB All-Star Game Pass. It's $25. The game is set to start at 7:30, but I think that's when they're going to do the starting lineups and stuff like that, because that's when coverage starts, the official live coverage on Fox. So the game probably won't start till at least 7:45, maybe even closer to 8. So, I mean, best thing you can do is purchase it, by 7:30. That way you have time to get everything in. But if it's just a couple of minutes after 7:30, you can still purchase it, because the game's not going to have started at 7:30. So we're actually going to leave the pass up until the first pitch is actually thrown. That way you have the ability to get on it. And again, a ton of action, a lot of plus money, and just an unreal amount of ways to cash in tonight. All just like last night. You will not find anyone in this business that would have given you the amount of plays that I gave out yesterday in the Home Run Derby, with an in-depth write-up on every single one, why, the stats to back it up, and everything that most people wouldn't have considered, thought about, or that made them reconsider what they were doing. Because I gave anywhere from a half page to a page and a half write-up on every single wager from last night. A couple to highlight. First thing we did was over 516 and a half feet for the longest home run hit. And that one, that was a no-brainer. Hell, about an hour after we gave that pick out, there were 2 offshore books that had it at 519, I think. Either way, even if you got that, you would have cashed, because there was a 520-foot absolute bomb hit by Juan Soto. Now, not only did we cash that play, but at DraftKings, as well as William Hill, and a couple of big-time offshore books that a lot of people use, you could actually take that wager and 2, 3, 4, and 5x that wager, to say that not only were you picking it to go over, if you were choosing it to go over that, you could pick how many players were going to do it. Was there going to be 2 different players to go over that? Was there going to be 3 different to go over that? And we hedged 2 and 3 players to hit it. Hit 2 at plus 330, another winner. So 2 wins right there on the same pick. We had Trey Mancini in the first round to take out Trevor Story, the hometown kid, who also was one of the ones to go over that total. Trey Mancini was at plus 200. He cashed that. He went on, he made it all the way to the finals. And the thing is, taking nothing away from Trey Mancini, because he is just such a phenomenal person. But Pete Alonso may be the most accurate hitter in the world. He made a comment last night, said, "I'm the best power hitter in the world." I love that he said that. I love that he's that confident, and I love that he wholeheartedly believes it with everything. But he's not. When it comes to power, like a true power hitter, you're not more powerful than Ohtani. I'm sorry, but you're not. You're not more powerful than Stanton, and I hate that, because I don't care for Stanton, I don't care for Judge. but I think both of them are probably more powerful when it just comes to sheer brute power of being able to force something off the bat. Sure, you may have better exit velocity most of the time, but you put the bat on the ball better. But as a power hitter, someone that is just a true power hitter, that is what the definition of who they are is. Ohtani, Joey Gallo, Stanton, possibly even Judge. There's quite a few that would rank above Pete Alonso in that, but none of them are more accurate. None of them. The only one that would come close would be Ohtani. And he should have won that first round. Had it not been come down to a 3-pitch swing off, he would have won it. He should have. His pitcher sucked shit last night. He kept throwing them chest high and literally right inside to him. I mean, no wonder he would have to, fire off 20 in a row to stay in it. But you know what? This is still his MVP to lose. Listen to what I'm saying. This is still his to lose. Somebody pitching and hitting in the same All-Star game. You're the number 1 seed in the home run derby. You get to lead off as designated hitter for your league, and you're the starting pitcher. It's never been done before. I mean, that's like someone being on TV and hosting a show and being a cameraman at the exact same time. I mean, it's unheard of. Ohtani is a stud. But we did that. We did a 3-way hedge last night. If anybody took my advice, Pete Alonso was on the card at plus 600 to cash in. So that did cash as the home run derby winner. And even with your hedges, because again, we don't go out with these type of events and just say, oh, we're going to pick one, and if it doesn't win, it's over. No, because look, how many times have the favorite won a home run derby? I can think of one time since like 2015 or 2014 that a favorite has actually won it or even made it to the finals. Favorites don't win the derby, period. So we did the smart thing. We cashed in all but 2 of the bets, and those were at big plus money. I mean, big plus money. So again, they were longer shots, but great profit made across the board. Tonight's going to be even better because I don't know who was coming up with some of these wagers, these props, the ways you could wager on certain things, but boy, are we going to capitalize on it. So go to chasewins.com and get on that. Now, as you guys know, Jerry put out a soccer league pass. His top soccer that he does, league play, La Liga, Serie A, all that, that begins in August, a couple of weeks from now. It's a $1,000 pass. You can get early bird for $3.99. I'm going to do one thing he may kill me on, but I'm going to do it on mine too. So if you buy that, his next game of the week, game of the month, whatever it is, I don't care if it's game of the year, one of the 3, the very next one he has, because it's not included in a season pass. It has to be all access, or they have to be purchased separately with everything in any sport. You'll get the next one absolutely free. But on top of that, just the same way for me, MLB, $2,500 a season, people beg to pay it. We always drop it down to half price after the All-Star break once baseball starts back up. We did it early, but we dropped it down to $7.99 for anybody that wants the rest of the season. Every premium and daily top play from right now all the way through the World Series until it's over and the season is complete. Now again, that doesn't include games of the week, month, or year. Nothing does unless you're all access. $7.99. On Thursday, when baseball comes back, that's going to be $1,000 if you want that, which is still cheaper than what it usually is at $1,200 for half a season. $7.99, and you get the next game of the week, month, whatever I have next, whether it be a game of the week, game of the month, or game of the year, doesn't matter. The next play like that I release, which will be sometime within the next 7 days, you get it absolutely free if you purchase. But again, you have to purchase before these things move, which they're going to change by tomorrow at some point. So make sure you take advantage of that. Not only do you get the great deal and you get everything that comes along with it, you're going to get one thing that you know you're going to buy anyway. You're going to buy the game of the week or game of the month. So why not get it for free? Also, I've got some news coming up tomorrow on something that Jerry may be doing in golf. But again, it's still early in the day on Tuesday, so I know him and I have a call this afternoon. We also have a meeting late this afternoon, a phone meeting late this afternoon with someone else that we're working with some stuff with that hopefully we'll be able to bring to you soon. So I will be bringing that to you guys either late tonight or very early in the morning for hopefully you guys to be able to jump on another opportunity to make some huge money this weekend outside of the normal stuff that you already would. But make sure you go to chasewins.com, jump on the All-Star Pass, jump on 2 of those promotions and those specials that we've got going on. That way you can take advantage of all of the things that come with it and all of the profit to be made. Let's get you on a couple of All-Star picks. Here's a couple of prop wagers that I want you to look at. And again, these are ones that everything comes with risk in games like this because, again, it is the All-Star game. But these are 2 that I just think weren't thought out properly. As far as the odds makers go, I wouldn't have even put these out as, something that could be wagered on. And I also don't think they thought it out when they were doing the odds for it either. And the first one is, let's see, which one do I want to give you first? All right, first one. For a home run derby contestant to hit a home run during the All-Star game. One of the 8 contestants to hit a home run at any time during the All-Star game. Now, most people would think, okay, well, not everybody's competing. And you're right. Only 5 of the 8 are going to be competing. And again, some could happen, and maybe all 5 of those don't. And one of those is Ohtani, who competed last night, and he's also pitching in the first one, but he should get 2 at-bats, not just 1, because he's going to pitch and bat in the first inning. And then he should be granted that second at-bat because he's pitching in the bottom of the first. And we know he's going to be gassed. We know it. I mean, everybody that competed in that competition last night, they couldn't be 100%. Hell, they couldn't be 75% if they wanted to. But Coors Field, the elevation, the thin air, the fact that it's the All-Star game, and you're going to give me literally 5 guys that are among the top 15 hitters and power hitters and all around anything you do at the plate. You've got 5 of the top 15 in the world at Coors Field with pitchers that don't normally see these guys. They don't see NL guys every day. They don't even see them very often. So do you think that, yeah, they can look at what they have and like, okay, yeah, Tatis likes this, so we're going to throw him this. He struggles with this. Yeah, but you don't know what Tatis is going to do because how often have you actually thrown to him? I think Garrett Cole is a joke. I think he's overrated. We know he's a cheater. I've said that since day one. I've said that since he was in Houston that I thought he was a cheater. He's the most overhyped, overrated, and just, he's an average pitcher. He's slightly above average. But a $300 million arm? Give me a fucking break. I don't like Garrett Cole. Ohtani, I love him. I hope more than anything he walks away as the MVP. I really do. Everybody knows how much I love that man. But he's going to be gassed. So can we expect him against the people like Tatis, against people like Freddie Freeman, against those guys, against that lineup, that starting lineup, with what he just went through last night, can we expect him to be lights out? I don't know. I don't know. Now, the thing is, now, Tatis doesn't mean anything because he didn't compete last night. But just look at who's playing, look at who competed, and then look at where they're at in the game and who they should be taking on as a pitcher. I think there's a really good chance that you're going to give me 2-1 odds. You're going to give me plus 200 to take that. I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it all day long. And guess what? Listen, it may not cash. It may not even come close. But that right there, there is nothing statistical or any type of evidence that can make you say that's just not a good pick. If we only had 3 of the top 15 hitters in the world going up and then getting 2-1 odds, it'd still be a great bet. You're going to give me 5? I'll take it all day long. That's number 1. Number 2 is for there to be a run scored in the first inning. It was yes, no. Do you think a run will be scored in the first inning? Yes is minus $1.35. That one should be, I think, more than $1.35. But at least they've got it where yes is, the underdog pick here. And I 100% agree with it. Number 1, Ohtani, what I just said, he's gassed. I don't think he can be 100%. I would love nothing more for him to come out and strike 3 batters out in a row just because it's Ohtani. But you got to go up against the front runner for NL MVP right now, and Fernando Tatis Jr. You've got to go up against potentially Freddie Freeman. You've got to, I mean, look at Freddie Freeman. He's batting cleanup. I hate Freddie Freeman. You guys know this. But he's batting cleanup for a reason. Nobody looks at him as better than a Tatis and people like that. He's batting cleanup for a reason. You don't think that he can drive a run in? You don't think an RBI can be driven in the first inning with that lineup? Then you flip over to the American League, it's even more deadly. You have Ohtani leading off, which is the best player in the game. You've got that followed up by the other somewhat front runner for American League MVP in Vlad Guerrero Jr. Those two are the front runners. It's Ohtani's right now. But the close runner-up is Vlad Jr., depending on how the rest of the season plays out. And you're getting your top three cleaned up by Aaron Judge, who, again, I'm not crazy about. I don't think he's the world's greatest. But look at what he does. He's a freaking human tree. And he already is known to hit home runs off of stud pitchers in the All-Star game. And Max Scherzer, let us not forget, Max Scherzer has already been tattooed in the first inning twice this year for well over 400 feet. And he is also on pace to meet or exceed his total home runs given up, exceed the record of the most home runs he's given up in a season. He's on pace to exceed that this year at 15 or above. I mean, dude's already given up 12 homers this year. What's to say he's not going to do it against the best possible lineup he could face at one time, even if it is only for an inning or two, and do it at Coors Field? I'm going to take my chances at minus $1.35 all day long, and I'm going to say that at least one run gets pushed across in the first inning. That's what I think it'll take for people to start getting into a rhythm, and nobody gets into a rhythm in these games. Pitchers, they're in and out. Batters, twice at the plate, bye. On to another lineup. I think this is going to be a great game. If you really want the good stuff, the juicy stuff, the big money plays, go to chasewins.com, get on the All-Star package, and we'll see you in the winner circle.